Hi gang, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Ed Draws, and in this episode I'll be doing Cthulhu Bath Time with the Reproduction wall art. So I grabbed this at the dollar store, and it's just one of those Reproduction interior decorations that you put in like your bathroom, because the subject's a bathtub. And when I saw it I was like, oh, something needs to go in that bathtub. Something creepy, something weird. So I was going to put like maybe a corpse-like woman from like The Shining, the bathtub scene in The Shining, or a ghost taking a bath or something like that. But then I thought, it would be really challenging, and I wanted to do something simple just to demonstrate to people who don't have a lot of artistic skill but want to use another artwork to add to it. This is a simple way that you can do that. So for me, anything that is tentacle-like, unless you can see it's a squid or an octopus, it's Cthulhu. It doesn't matter if it's the size of a building or can fit in a tub. Maybe this is baby Cthulhu. So I just like tentacles as a subject because they're fun to draw. They're really kind of whimsical, but they're kind of a uniform shape. They're not difficult to do. It's really easy. So you just grab your wall art, like a bathtub or whatever it is, and you put some tentacles in there with ink pen I used in this case. Now the material that I'm drawing on, it's kind of like a plastic canvas material, and it has a coating that I think was used to sublimate the image that was on it and to protect it, kind of like seal it in or fast it in. So the ink doesn't want to stay there. It slowly migrates through, all the way through this canvas plastic to the back, and then just kind of pools and separates. So over time it thinned out, so I'm gonna have to go over it again, and I might go over it again too with some acrylic paint just to put some highlights and make it look like it's wet, because it doesn't look very shiny in this first pass. So I might do that in a later video, but in this one I'm just adding tentacles to this piece. And you can find pictures at Goodwill or resale shops or even yard sales of this reproduction style art. It's people call it hotel art. You might find it in a hotel room, and it's kind of a bland, inert image that kind of just kind of makes things look nice, but it doesn't have anything in there of any interest. It might be flowers or whatever. So if you see one of these prints and it has flowers on it, you might draw some crazy bee on the flower, or put something in there that just jazzes it up and takes it to the next level. Maybe add some commentary or some satire to what would ordinarily be a bland image. I mean, the bathtub in this reproduction, it's cute. I love the style. I really do love the style. It reminds me of a couple of the artists that I follow, and the palette on it I like. It fits into whatever decor that you have, and it's just open, it's blank, it needs something there, so I put it there. There's this interesting activity that you can do with this kind of art style, I guess, if you want to call it that. But if you're having a party and you have a lot of friends who are artists or have a little bit of artistic ability, you might grab one of these inert kind of blank prints of whatever, and then invite everyone to add their own little thing to it, and it could revolve around a theme. One year we had a Halloween party and had a large sofa-sized painting of kind of a forest scene, which was perfect because we invited people to add Halloween-themed elements to this, and of course they put bats and skeletons and Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th and Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street and aliens and just all kinds of stuff. By the time the party was over, this picture was just blasted with all kinds of really interesting little pictures inside of this main one. So it's a fun activity for artists and non-artists. Some of the guests weren't artists. They couldn't draw very well, but they could draw a bat, they could draw a tombstone, they could draw a little bit of something to add to this. So everyone was able to include their own thing, and some people just really went all out. I mean, half the party they're there doing their little painting on it, so it definitely did engage my guests, and I had a nice souvenir afterward. So if I wanted to sell this, is that copyright dilution? I mean, it's somebody else's work, but I have added to it substantially, and I think the test for the courts, if this was taken to civil court, the test is whether or not the market, the average consumer, would be confused as to the origin of the work. And since it's been changed so much, and the change is completely different in style and subject and material, I think it's safe to say that I could sell this and I wouldn't suffer any dire consequences. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you will keep an eye out the next time you go to a yard sale or Goodwill or wherever for a print that you can add to and make it your own, like I've done here. And you can see in the final picture here, the ink's kind of washed out a little bit, so I'm going to go over it again. But I hope you stick around for that and like this video, and until next time, you guys, take care.